So what's the next best thing to do with board games after playing them?
Look at them.
Yes, and?
Show them.
Yes, and? Wait, no, there's no and. Just show them.
Okay, let's do it. So in this video, we're gonna look at your shelfies and do two things. One, rank your collection. And number two, suggest one game that should be added to that collection. There are two ways how you can add your shelfie to the series. Number one, either send them to our email address, boardgamehangover@gmail.com with the tag shelfie, or become our Patreon and you will have priority if you put it into any of our channels and mostly Discord channel. So let's start with Crazy Man.
He says, we generally only have 2 players, and yes, we need more shelves.
Top feels like family games, Living Forest, Flamecraft, Cascadia, all good family games, right? You know, it's not too heavy, right?
Yeah.
It's mostly family games, yet there is strategy there, quite a lot of it.
So like midweight.
When you put it on a table, it looks good and it feels amazing.
The first thing I want to immediately go for is Planet Unknown. We reviewed it, but here's the thing, you can't get it really right now at this point, but sometime in June they're coming up with the Kickstarter. You'll be able to get it then. It's also kind of midweight. I mean, rules are super simple, but the decisions are there.
The only problem, it's a quite big box and you already have no space.
See that table over there? You can kind of, and then there's space for the games there. This shelf is like this. Any game you pull out, you know you can immediately play. Even if you don't remember all the rules, you can do a quick refresher and go for it.
He knows his own taste. It's not like all around the place like our collections are. It's just, this is what works, this is what is really cool, this is the level difficulty. He has really, really fantastic collection that just works. You can look at this collection, copy paste it kinda, and I guarantee that 90% of the games here, I think you will enjoy.
I'd like to be able to dwindle down my collection to this one shelf.
You will never.
I will probably never do that.
Not probably, you will never.
There's this big chance that it will never happen.
It's 100% it will never happen.
One of our most, if not the most, but definitely one of our more active Discord users, WolfSLV.
What does SLV mean?
I do not know. He has a couple of small shelves. Again, this looks like a family shelf. There are some
It's a
others.
brute.
And the big sonar. Never mind, it's not a family shelf. Moving on to the next part of the shelf. There are a lot of games I haven't played. Maglev Metro, Back to the Future, Valley of the Kings, supposedly a good deck builder. Ready, bet, set. Oh man, I'd like to play that one a lot.
This is the family shelf, I feel like. Wingspan, Quacks is there. There is Horrified as well.
Baudo, Pandemic, just one. And then there's this, I guess, is a
shelf?
party shelf. Sushi Go, excellent, code names. I like that they're sorted into categories. Let me know how many times you get to play Captain Sonar.
Magic Maze, if you don't know, is like a really amazing real-time cooperative game where you have to move pieces as a team, but only one person can move the piece only to the right side, the other person only to the left side. So you have to like finish this maze really, really quickly by each moving to those directions, and a really fun one. This one really goes like, there's party games, there's family games, then there's Root.
And then there's Root. So maybe nothing too heavy, except Root, that we should suggest.
What about Ankh Gods of Egypt? I'm just looking at Root, that he likes this area control.
Ankh is a fantastic game, and if you can get it for a reasonable price.
Original concept with conflict, but also some cooperation. So I think it would fit. Your rating?
Fantastic.
I would say there's treasures there.
Yeah,
really
that's
like
what
it
I
a
would
lot.
have rated as well, but there's the ready, set, bet game there. Okay, also I have to comment. What's with the Connect 4? Memory?
You have to start somewhere, it's fine.
It says Queercopoly, but it's probably Monopoly and just trying to mask it as something else. What's that all about?
A lot of picks that I'd love to play and love to try out. Really, really good collection. Nice work.
Okay, next one is CS.
Here is the 5x5 shelf I have negotiated with my wife. Last image being this most likely to be sold block. Eclipse that you already are blushing, right?
Yes. Max vs Minions. Descent.
The bigger the box, the better.
We'll forgive the Gloomhaven. Marvel Champions.
Nemesis.
Great choices all around. You like big games. He likes big games.
He likes big games, and he cannot lie. Can he not? He actually has smaller boxes. Those are just hidden hidden from his wife,
like,
probably.
Yeah, it's like, it's just one game on that shelf. What do you mean? I have a lot of these big games, and I don't have many people to play those with.
Yeah.
So can we be friends?
If I would see the shelf, I would already ask you, are you friends of Giannis? It seems like you could be really close friends.
I think you have a perfect game to suggest to this shelf of big games, huh?
You mean the big one? The big one?
Yeah. If you have time to set these up and play, then you should recommend that.
The biggest game we're gonna recommend anytime soon
Yeah.
is Eon's Trespass. It's a huge miniature game with story that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I think he wrote in our chat that he has one. Big boxes, Dwelling to Felder Whale.
Yeah, well, it's hard to get, but yeah, I think well, it's not harder than Aeon's Trespass. But...
Eon's Trespass will have a Kickstarter soon if you're interested in a big game. Gardener! One of our most beloved Patreons, most active Patreons on Discord as well. And he has two things, amazing shelf here. An amazing painting section.
Station, yeah. This is another big game shelf.
Immediately, I have one complaint.
Go ahead.
You see wine here?
Yes, why is there?
No, and viticulture is just here. I mean, that's just, you have to move viticulture next to the wine. I think he's a fan of, first of all, minis, Awakened Realms, because all of the shelf basically is Awakened Realms at this point. Mind management, big boxes, anything that feels like a franchise and fantasy is basically there.
I know what to recommend. Terrorscape.
Ah, wow. How did you go to that place?
Terrorscape, easy to get into. Fun for everybody. Yeah, well, watch our review.
There's a large spectrum of games here, especially lighter games at the bottom and then tougher ones at the top. So I think it would fit perfectly just in the middle there. Try it out if you like this sort of mind management game, just lighter, easier to get to the table.
Well,
I want it. I'll say it out now. I want it.
I want it as well.
All the Nemesis, cool games at the top.
This is a shelf we would like to have.
Yeah, I want it. I want it. And a table with miniature painting as well.
That's like a big part of it, yeah. Okay, we have Shem Phillips. If you don't know who Shem Phillips is,
you should.
You should know. He's the author and designer of games that we like, for example.
Adrian's Wall, Legacy of You.
Anyway, lots of good games. And look at this super clean and fit shelf.
I don't trust it. When you had just a party at your house and your parents are coming over, so this is how you clean it up just perfectly.
I love the minis on top. Like not the minis, but like the figures and sculptures.
But let's talk about the games. We are here to talk about the games, right?
Then there are a lot of Star Wars games.
A lot of Star Wars games.
A little bit of Lord of the Rings games. Tick to Ride. Pretty much everything's covered here.
He's also in the same box as we are, where just the more variety, the better.
To the right, there are like light family/kids games. A lot of kids games. This is the first shelf we see kids games on. So I guess the only way to keep it that clean is never play any of those games. Never give any of those games to anybody. Essentially, just don't touch it.
Shem, be honest, was the last time you played any of these, okay?
I must have this clean shelf. I'll give a quick small recommendation.
Okay.
Star Wars deck building game.
No, okay.
Since he has a lot of kids games, depending on how old your kid is, and I think he has some gaming experience, and plus you like Star Wars, seems so, I think you'll like that one. Before we go on, there's this thing that the key, okay, to a solid Captain Falcon main is not use jab too often, okay? But rather, no, listen to this, okay? But rather, quick periods of when smash is slow.
This is the laziest zero message I have ever seen from you.
What? What do you mean?
You didn't even remember it, you just read it.
Did you try to remember?
Could you even try? Seriously.
The next one is from Deluxe. A lot of Clank. This one's a little bit of everything.
I would say this shelf feels like a family shelf.
But then it gets heavier as you go down, like Dune Imperium, Carnegie, Swiss Knife type of shelf. You got kids, boom. You got grown-ups, boom. You got gamers, boom. You get gamer kids, boom. Oh, my father's work.
This like visually looks so pleasing.
Yeah, it does.
Just the colors and everything on this shelf. Good. Planet X, one of my favorite solo games. It's a brilliant deduction game that I really love.
Fine, Flamecraft. I'm suggesting Flamecraft. Moving on.
Good pick. Flamecraft could totally fit here.
Yeah, Flamecraft's great.
I would say friends, because let's
Yeah,
go whenever. I would love to hang out at your
Yeah.
place and play any of these games, have a good time. Jeppe. DJ Ape.
He has promised himself that we will never get another shelf, so he's trying to call every game that I don't play enough that I don't like right now. Spacehog. Oh man. It's one of the games I got, then got rid of it, because I didn't play it. Then I got it again, played it once, got rid of it, and now I really want it again. Summoner Wars, Netrunner. Do you know what's in common through all of those games?
2 players.
2-player versus games, exactly.
So 1 versus 1 game. Watergate.
It is like historical more, because these are all like fictions.
Fiction and cartoonish even.
Watergate's an excellent 2-player game. Watergate, first of all, that will help you with your limited shelf space that you don't want to go outside of, because it's like a small game.
Or Sniper Elite, you could like.
Yeah, Sniper is a bit bigger. It's a hidden movement game, one of the best stealth games, if not the best stealth game I've ever played. So, and fantastic collection. Yeah. And to be honest, let's be friends and play Spacehog together. Yeah, Spacehog.
And thank you everybody for watching this video. That's all with the Shelfies, and be sure to send us an email with yours or join us even better on Patreon and make sure you will be
added to the next video.
Yes, absolutely. And see you next time, I guess, right?
Yeah, definitely.